Hello and welcome to Freed Indeed Live. I'm your host, Kevin J.N. Hughes, and today I want to share some thoughts from my friend who is a Coptic Orthodox deacon. His name is Thilo Onesimus Young. But before I get into that, if you love what you see on this show, please follow the link in the description below and support our work by either support our work directly through our Patreon page or other means like Substack, or if you love what you see on this show, then support our sponsors, like our current sponsor, or our best sponsor is the Bible Memory app. And most of us spend way too much time on our phones anyway, so by all means, redeem that time by spending it memorizing the words of God. And right now, if you use promo code FreedIndeed when you get premium on the Bible Memory app, then you'll get access to 30% off of your subscription to the Bible Memory app premium, and you'll be supporting not just our show, but all of the work we do here at Freed Indeed Ministries. So please check that out. And again, if you want to just support us directly, the link is in the description below. Without further ado, so I want to, well, I'll read what I wrote and what Philo wrote here, and you can, um, this is just a really excellent thing that Thilo shared, and I want to share it. So, I'm sharing these wise words from my friend and favorite Coptic Orthodox deacon Thilo Onesimus Young for essentially two reasons. First, for my Coptic friends, that they would heed his warning here. As I have mentioned many times, and I mentioned this on social media a while ago. There were several Coptic Orthodox Christians who were hugely influential in my journey to Orthodoxy, and so I would really hate to see the Coptic Church fail to become rejoined to the Eastern Orthodox Church and instead fall the way of Anglicanism. Second, I would like to head off this problem at the pass within my own communion, the Eastern Orthodox Church. We must fight back against liberal academia. We must oppose the cancer of liberalism at all costs. And we must not allow the liberal cancer to advance in our schools, and especially we must not allow it to advance into our catechesis classes. We must not fall for secular lies and modernist propaganda from psychology, evolution, gender theory, or any others. Now is the time to stand. Now is the time to fight back, brethren. We must stand firm. We cannot allow this cancer to infect our church. I believe firmly that the gates of hell will never prevail against the Orthodox Church, but that will be true because of those of us who fight back. And how God uses us to prevent the gates of hell from prevailing. When Jesus promised that the gates of hell wouldn't prevail, he didn't mean that he was going to just magically preserve the church. He means that he's going to preserve the faith in the hearts of Orthodox Christians, and that through the boldness of Orthodox Christians who stand firm against the errors of worldliness and secularism, he will preserve and strengthen his church. And I'm going to really quickly head off an argument that I know I'm going to get. One thing that I often hear is people say that we need to engage with these things. We need to be okay with psychology. We need to be okay with evolution because otherwise we'll get laughed at by the educated academia. I don't care. First of all, I don't care. Jesus said, "Those who laugh now will weep in the day of judgment." So let them laugh at us, let them mock us, let them persecute us, let them kill us if need be, because blessed are the persecuted. They shall inherit the kingdom of God. So let them mock us. But the second problem I have with that argument is that how has that worked for the churches that have embraced it? How has that worked out for the Roman Catholic Church that has almost universally embraced the theory of Darwinian evolution and near universally embraced secular psychiatry? How has that worked for them? It's destroyed their very soul. It's corrupted them. It has done nothing but corrupt them. And the same is true in every Protestant denomination that has done the same. In every Protestant denomination that has embraced liberalism and embraced secularism, it has led to nothing but shameful, terrible fruit. It has led to nothing but their numbers dwindling and them falling apart. And by the way, the Catholic churches that are growing are the more traditional Catholic churches. All of the Catholic churches that are experiencing growth, or most of the Catholic churches that are experiencing growth, are the churches that reject liberalism. The churches that embrace liberalism are dying. And in my own community, I see this all the time with particularly, we don't have that many Catholic churches here, but especially with the Protestant churches. Among the Protestant churches that are more traditional and are more firm, they're growing. There's a Reformed church just a town away that is growing exponentially. They've grown so much in the last 5 years that they have. Sorry, I've got a hair in my mouth. That's gross. They've planted a satellite campus and all these things and they're just growing. But this Reformed church is growing so much because they're firmly committed to their faith. They reject evolution. They reject all these things. They are not trying to be like the world. The Orthodox churches in this area growing exponentially. But the Protestant churches that are dying off, all these liberal Protestant churches, are generally made up of an older demographic. They have very few children, very few families. They're dying churches. To quote a brilliant Protestant uh, pastor who was one of my seminary professors, if there ain't crying in the pews, then the church is dying in the pews. And that's, you can take that to the bank, and that is simply the reality. The churches that have embraced liberalism are dying churches. Um, so it has not worked for them. It has not won the world over to us to become like the world. We have to oppose the world system, and then God does his work of miraculously bringing the people into the church. So this is what Thilo says. The rise of academics in the Coptic Church will not render good fruit. They will gain the applause of the white Western elites, of course, which I think is their true goal, but the next generation of Copts they influence will be heading in a different direction than their predecessors, a sharp left turn. Thank God for the Antiochians and other Eastern Orthodox who are seeing the true gains in the West as the Coptic Church are hemorrhaging young people. I predict this pattern will continue and grow as liberal academia loathes the values the Church has held for millennia. Having more of them in clergy and influential roles can only increase those stupid backward fob Egyptian immigrants attitude that so many younger Copts, both clergy and laity, possess. It will be furthered and fed. How, you may ask, are the Antiochians and others growing so rapidly? By preaching unashamed, fervent, and zealous traditional orthodoxy, no apologies, like Father Josiah Trenum in Riverside, California, and standing against the perverse, degenerate, and corrupt leftist establishment and their followers in the West. End quote. Again, that's from Thilo Onesimus Young. And I think that's an excellent summary statement. And I pray for my Coptic brethren, please take heed and hear this warning. And for my Eastern Orthodox brethren, um, please listen to what Thilo is saying here and don't allow our churches to even entertain these things like the Coptic Church is unfortunately doing, but instead let us fight back. Let us continue the proud tradition we have as Orthodox Christians of standing firm and not allowing any of these liberal ideas to fester in our midst. Thank you very much, and please send this to your friends, especially your friends who are more liberal leaning, so that they too can be freed indeed. God bless.